So SATs quite often looks at the properties of a circle. You won't be asked to do anything too complex, but let's go over those important facts. And I want them to be more understandable for you. So you might think, why on earth do I have a square here? It all will be revealed. So firstly, let's read the question. What is the circumference? What is the radius? What is the diameter of a circle? So we often look at 2D shapes such as square. This is the outline of a square. Now, squares work in a different way or other shapes. If you notice, this is a regular polygon, regular quadrilateral. Polygon meaning many-sided shape, quadrilateral quad is 4. So you notice the width is the same here as it's the same here as it's the same here. It doesn't change. But look at the circle. That width is less than this width, which is less than that width. So how on earth do we work out things here? So let's have a look. Firstly, what's the circumference? Well, think about what the perimeter is. The perimeter of a square is all the way around. If we start here, I always like to do this, put a star where my starting point is, that and don't double count the sides. The perimeter is if you're asked to walk around this square area and then go back here. You're just measuring the walk that you're doing. You're not measuring any of these squares in between, just the distance you have walked. This is the same with my circumference. If I put a star here, it's like the width, sorry, it's like the perimeter, but it's the circumference because it's a different shape and it has different properties. So it doesn't work the same as a perimeter. This is equal all the way around. This is not, because like I said, when we cut across it here, it was different widths. So we are measuring the length all the way around. The perimeter of the circle is called the circumference. So where you see, like here, if I just, this is a terrible way of doing it. It's very wobbly. Actually, let's use that magic pen tool. Okay, I'm going to go all the way around. It might help me do the work for me. Yeah, look at that. Very nice. And it will work out the outside that I walked around this circular shape or this circular area, but it's called a circumference rather than a perimeter because it has different properties. Now the radius, let's skip the radius for a moment and look at the diameter. We looked at the width of this shape before, and the width is the same whether it's at the top of the shape or the bottom. Across here, same, excuse the wobbly lines. Not the case with the circle, different lengths. So the diameter is when we go right to the midpoint of the circle, right to the very big middle here at its widest point, and we measure from this end to this end at its widest point, right in the middle, because it's a perfect circle. This is the diameter. The radius is something very interesting. It's like we get to the center of the circle. Okay, so I'm just going to approximate that here, get to the center of the circle, and we go out to the circumference. This is also the radius from the center of the shape going out. So if this is my center, I'm going out. This is the radius. Try to remember that if someone's kind of hurt their back, they will say the pain is radiating out. They always say that pain is radiating outwards. So we start in the center and it goes out, it radiates out, a bit like the light from the sun radiating. This is where this root word is found. Now chord, I love this, right? This is an extra little fact for you. You won't be asked this in many circumstances, but they could ask you, but I haven't seen it come up just yet. Like I said, it's always better to be prepared, over-prepared than under-prepared, because this could be the year where they ask you what the chord is. Well, it's so nice to be remembered. So if you look at this, these are chords on a guitar. And if you notice, there's a circle here, and these strings cut across the circle at different lengths. You've got quite a bit in this part here, this segment, you've got a lot here, you've got thinner parts here, then that looks wider. So when we cut across the circle, okay, in a straight line, like here, or there, or here, or here, these are chords, and think about, okay, these lines are chords, and think about let me just enlarge that, the strings on a guitar. So let's go over that again. We don't say perimeter with circles, we say circumference. When we look at the width, we go to its widest part, that's the diameter. And what's the radius? Go to the center point and go outwards. That's the radius. And the chord are these lines slicing across the circle.